guys ready? At the count of 3. 1, 2, 3, go!
Oh yes, with the flag!
Woohoo! Pass it on, guys!
Let's get a flag. Sabag yan eh.
Alright, green sector, it's coming to you! And yet again, I'll run with you!
Are you ready to take over? And go! Up, 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 up! Keep it moving, yellow sector!
Red sector, take the
Come
flags
on!
ready!
Hey, hey, hey!
Up we go, red sector! Woo! Looking beautiful! Red those flags up in the air! Woo! And then it goes to the bank! You guys look amazing! Give yourself a round of applause!
I really love the energy and all the flags up in the sky. You guys are amazing. Let's keep it up for the whole day, yeah? Now, spectacular Singapore. Next up, we have another dynamic performance coming up with the combined school band from Bowen Secondary and Denny Secondary School. They'll be accompanied by dancers from Republic Polytechnic, as well as the beautiful vocals of Francis Lee and Dominic Chin. All right, guys, put your hands together for them!
Hindi, doon ang madulo. Maganda. Doon yung harap yung mga ano. Tapos nandun yung mga Actually, maganda din dito sa amin natin. Kuan Yew.
Ladies and gentlemen of state, to this evening's parade, this is a simulation. Sultan Haji Hassan Al-Bolkiah of Brunei and Her Majesty Duli Raja Istri Pangeran Ana Haja Saleha. This is a simulation. Gentlemen, please rise for the arrival of our Prime Minister. This is a simulation. us put our hands together to warmly welcome our Prime Minister, Mr. Lee Hsien Loong. This is a simulation. To commemorate Singapore's bicentennial year, we have lined up a special parade of vintage floats to bring you down memory lane as we reflect on how far Singapore has come. Ladies and gentlemen, NDP 2019 presents our bicentennial. Take out your flags and wave them as the floats go by. First up, the Singapore Volunteer Rifle Corps, formed in 1854. Over the years, it has contributed to the defense of Singapore, from quelling the Sepoy Mutiny to defending key locations during World War II. It was the forerunner of the Singapore Armed Forces operated press. Today, the Straits Times has 10 bureaus and special correspondents in major cities worldwide, and it continues to transform the way that Singaporeans access news with their digital platforms. Founded in 1858, Robinsons established itself as a household name in Singapore and as a mecca for shoppers with their product and service innovations. Over the years, the company weathered many storms to become a valuable player in Singapore's vibrant retail sector. The generations of Singaporeans with affordable healthcare and helped Singapore create one of the most successful healthcare systems in the world. Singapore's first police force was founded in 1820 with a skeleton crew of 12 men, while the Singapore Fire Brigade was established in 1888. The Fire Brigade was later renamed and merged with the Civil Defence Force to form the Singapore Civil Defence Force.
That sounded great, but Fred Sector, I think we can do better than that on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3!
Green sector, let's create a nice visual for everybody watching us. When I count to 3, you just wave your flags. 1, 2, 3, wave them in the air!
And my beautiful blue sector, at the count of 3, I just want you guys to scream as loudly as you can. 1, 2, 3, go! Louder, 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 louder!
That sounded great, but Fred Sector, I think we can do better than that on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3!
Green sector, let's create a nice visual for everybody watching us. When I count to 3, you just wave your flags. 1, 2, 3, wave them in the air!
And my beautiful blue sector, at the count of 3, I just want you guys to scream as loudly as you can. 1, 2, 3, go! Louder, 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 louder!
Singapore, you can do better than that. Let me hear you scream!
So it is very beautiful that we are back here again in 2019 to commemorate our bicentennial and celebrate our National Day Parade. Now guys, let's all welcome the parade and ceremony Sakman!
Make some noise!
And now, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, NDP 2019 is proud to present the Parade and Ceremony segment featuring Ling Tawei, Master Chief, Clearance Diving Group, Naval Diving Unit.
Boys! Sode! Yo! Dula! Sanja! Go! Boys! Dari kiri dan kanan! Cepat jalan!
This year, we commemorate the Singapore Bicentennial. 200 years since the Stafford Raffles first arrived on our shores, as we celebrate how far Singapore has come. we must not forget our shared commitment to building a strong and resilient Singapore through the 6 pillars of total defense: military, civil, economic, social, psychological, and the new digital defense. Marching now at the forefront are the SAF contingents from our Singapore Army, Navy, and Air Force. They are followed by the Singapore Police Force and the Singapore Civil Defence Force. Joining them for the first time is the SAF and Home Team volunteer contingents. Marching in now from the rear of Padang are the contingents representing the social and economic sectors of our nation. Together, these civilian organizations and companies showcase how far Singapore has progressed, both socially and economically, over the years. We now see the uniformed youth organizations formed by the students. These contingents represent our youth's resolve to defend Singapore and their commitment to Singapore's progress. Since its launch in 1984, Total Defense has rallied Singaporeans together in resolves every Singaporean playing a part, individually and collectively, to build a strong, secure, and cohesive nation.
The nationality of their weekends, practicing together. As parade RSM, I work together with the people to bring out the highest standard on the parade.
I've always wanted to take part in National Day Parade, and I'm very happy to be given this opportunity. I feel very nervous, but I can't wait to show Singapore what we have been training so hard for.
我很开心代表工会和大家在一起。我每年参加，因为我喜欢看到我的老朋友。虽然有时很累，但这是我对新加坡的小小的贡献。
I am an SAFVC volunteer. I'm also a school teacher and a mother of 3. Serving in the Navy has allowed me to contribute to keeping Singapore's waters safe and open for international trade.
To what it is today. Our people are our strength. This is what we can achieve when we stand by one another. Singapore's journey has not been easy, but we have always moved forward as one united people. This is a spirit that we ultimately want to capture in this year's parade.
Ladies and gentlemen, the parade commander, accompanied by the women, police, pipes and drums, will now take over command of the parade from the parade regimental sergeant major. gentlemen, look up to the sky above the stage. 5 F-15 SG Eagles from the Republic of Singapore Air Force will execute a spectacular bomb burst. Ladies and gentlemen, our reviewing officer will now inspect the parade. As a mark of respect, the 25-pounder guns will fire in salute to the reviewing officer. This year, the gun salute is executed by the gunners from the 24th Battalion, Singapore Artillery, on board the M3G floating rafts, operated by the 35th Battalion, Singapore Combat Engineers at Merlion Park.
Meron talaga eh.
I have a permission to see and thereafter march off the parade, sir.
Our minister will now take his seat.
It's a brand new day, brand new story. I remember the way it used to be. We've come so far. I want to sing a song for Singapore. With every generation, there's more to be grateful for.
Ladies and gentlemen, as a tribute to the nation's 54th birthday, the RSAF has put together a special aerial display. Watch as the men and women of the RSAF prepare their magnificent flying machines for this year's aerial display. RSAF's newly acquired A330 multi-role tanker transport aircraft escorted at close range. Presenting the Shackle. A solo F-15 SG Eagle will perform a high G combat turn with full...
Kawalan Kombatan Yang! Yang lain, Jula, Senja! Tak! Baris akan berjalan keluar dalam masa cepat. Kawalan kehormatan dahulu. Kawalan kehormatan ke kanan. Yang lain, ke kiri dan ke kanan. Ho! Sing!
dating back to the early 17th century. Today, colors are retained as symbols of tradition in modern armed forces to promote cohesion, esprit de corps, and instill a sense of pride and loyalty in the unit. Ladies and gentlemen, we now see the Colors Party forming up for the traditional march past, together with the 4 Guard of Honor contingents. A total of 38 marching contingents are featured, socio-economic organizations, and the combined band. Together, the contingents represent the country's commitment to the 6 pillars of total defense: military, civil, social, economic, digital, and psychological defense. Efficiency and service to the community. As a mark of respect, please rise as the Colors Party marches past you. Is the parade commander, Lieutenant Colonel Ong Kok Che. The 3 state colors are in the forefront, followed by the parade regimental Sergeant Major, Master Warrant Officer David Ling Ta Wei. Following behind are the 35 regimental colors, with the colors Regimental Sergeant Major, 2nd Warrant Officer Nyo Kim Chu. Formed by men from the 1st Commando Battalion, it is led by Major Benson Chow Wen Lien. Attention now to the Navy Guard of Honor contingent, formed by men from the Naval Diving Unit. This contingent is led by Major Kwa Wai Xiong Darryl. See the Republic of Singapore Air Force contingent, comprising men from the Air Power Generation Command. The 3rd Guard of Honor contingent is led by Major Chua Teng Hao. Finally, the 4th Guard of Honor contingent is the Singapore Police Force contingent. Forming the contingent are men from the Police Training Command of the Singapore Police Force, led by Deputy Superintendent of Police Lee Ting Wei. Services from the SAF and Home Team. Leading the way is the Singapore Army contingent, led by Captain Shaman Pandian. And the Republic of Singapore Navy contingent, led by Military Expert 4, John Waiter. Next, we have the Republic of Singapore Air Force contingent, led by Military Assistant Superintendent of Police, Tang Wei Wei Nicholas. Keeping pace are the Singapore Civil Defence Force contingent, led by Captain Chia Wai Kim. And featured for the very first time in NDP is the SAF and Home Team Volunteer contingent, led by Assistant Superintendent of Police, Volunteer Paul Sia Ching San. Next, we have the uniformed groups leading the National Cadet Corps Land is Cadet Lieutenant Kevin Gabriel Lee. And the National Police Cadet Corps, led by Senior Cadet Inspector Liu Zimei. Behind them are Girl Guides Singapore, led by young adult Hua Chia Hui. the Girls Brigade Singapore, led by First Warrant Officer Toh Yi Ling. Next, the Boys Brigade in Singapore, led by Senior Cadet Lieutenant Jonas Loh Kai Tzu. And the Singapore Scout Association, led by Venture Scout Richard Chin Ree Jae. The next two contingents are the National Cadet Corps Air and Sea, led by Cadet Lieutenant Jared Loh Hao Yuan. And the Singapore Red Cross, led by Senior Volunteer Officer Rochakel Sholahan. Finally, we have St. John Brigade, Singapore, led by Corps Staff Officer Grade 6, Chua Hoon Kai, and the National Civil Defense Cadet Corps, led by Cadet Lieutenant Noor Amelia binti Mohammed. Our social and economic groups are up next. Celebrating 50 years since its modernization seminar is the National Trades Union Congress, led by Mr. Chen Bai Dao, and the PAP-PCF, led by Mr. Alex Yo Shin Chai. They are followed by Sembcorp Marine Limited, led by Mr. Stephen Tang Peng Han. And Keppel Group, led by Mr. Adam Johan Iskandar. Agency, led by Mr. Chin Wei Jie Edwin. Close behind them are OSIM International Private Limited, led by Mr. Samuel Cheng. And the People's Association Youth Movement, led by Ms. Chin Liayu Eileen. The fifth block of contingents comprise the Association of Small and Medium Enterprises, led by Mr. Terence Carr. And one Changi, led by Mr. Tun Jie Yao. They are followed by one Team Singapore, led by Mr. Christopher Chia K. Yong. And Kofu Group Limited, led by Mr. Chu Teng Chuan. We now see National Healthcare Group, led by Dr. Sim Chin Sing Evan. And PSA International Private Limited, led by Mr. Chan Cheng Teng. And the final two socio-economic contingents are Lee Ho Ti, led by Mr. Dean Ko Yu Yao. And Nanyang Polytechnic, led by Mr. Wong Po Seng. The marching band for the parade and ceremony is provided by the combined band. The band comprises members from the Singapore Armed Forces Band, Singapore Police Force Band, Singapore National Cadet Corps Command Band, and the National Police Cadet Corps Band, and is led by Band Conductor Military Expert 4, Ignatius Wang Kerbin, and Drum Major Military Expert 2, Ronnie Kwek Boon Kiang.
In 1967, Singaporeans were anxious and unprepared. Dr. Mukherjee knew that we had to quickly build up the SAF in order to defend ourselves. The preparation and training was very tough, but we wanted to make it work. At the end, when we drove the 18 tanks down Padang, we heard the crowd cheering, and there was a huge sense of achievement, and gave everyone the confidence that the SAF was ready. Each year, I could see new equipment within the SAF. But the one thing that did not change is the commitment and fighting spirit of our people. This is our strength in defending Singapore.
Ladies and gentlemen, presenting to you the NDP Mobile Column 2019, representing our strength, our Singapore. By his side is one of the participants of the very first Mobile Column in 1969, Brigadier General retired Colin Teixeira. With their high mobility, devastating firepower and armored protection, our Leopard spearhead our army. The upgraded Leopard 2SG increases the situational awareness and initiative of our vehicle commanders, making the Leopard 2SG one of the finest tanks in the world. Introducing the Army's first fully digitalized armored fighting vehicle, the Hunter. Equipped with 360-degree view and remote control weapon system, the Hunter allows the crew to operate closed hatch. With its strong firepower and versatility, the Hunter is one of the most feared vehicles on the battlefield. Closely behind the Hunter are the Bionics armored fighting vehicles. Together, their high mobility, protection and firepower allows them to dominate the front line. Next up is the versatile Bronco all-terrain tracked carrier. It comes in several variants to meet a range of operational demands and is designed to maneuver in different types of terrain. Our next vehicle is the Terex infantry carrier vehicle. The Terex allows our infantry troops to maneuver swiftly and safely across the battlefield. In the next packet are the new Bellrex protected combat support vehicles. The Bellrex provides better protection and stronger firepower for our soldiers. Behind the Bellrex is the light strike vehicle Mark II from the Guards. In addition to its impressive mobility, it is equipped with anti-tank missiles and grenade launchers. Up next are our Army intelligence troopers. They deploy their unmanned aerial vehicles to collect information in the battlefield. From the artillery formation, we have the high mobility artillery rocket system. Its GPS guided rockets has a range of 70 kilometers. Next up is artillery's latest vehicle, the Safari Weapon Locating Radar. Equipped with the latest early warning technology, it protects the Army against artillery fire. Leading the combat engineers is the L2 Armored Engineer Vehicle, capable of overcoming a variety of obstacles. Other assets include the L2 Armored Vehicle Launch Bridge, allowing heavy vehicles to cross wide gaps. Closely behind are the M3G float bridges, which ferry our forces across water bodies. Spot the new addition to the combat engineers, the mobility support system, which allows the crossing of our tracked and wheeled vehicles over soft ground. From the signals formation are the VSAT subscriber detachment. These vehicles facilitate communication between different units for the Army's various operations, such as humanitarian missions. Now leading the Combat Service Support Command, we have the new wheeled recovery vehicle with enhanced recovery capabilities. Next up are the new Ford F550 Combat Ambulance, which is equipped with advanced life support equipment. For the first time at NDP, we have the Aster 30 air defense system from the Republic of Singapore Air Force. This next generation system is more advanced, shoots further, and protects Singapore against aircraft and missiles. The Aster 30 leads the MP Star radar and Spider air defense system to safeguard Singapore skies.
Over the years, the SAF and Home Team have contributed to global peace and security through peace support, counter-piracy, humanitarian assistance, and disaster relief operations. Our brave men and women in uniform have flown our Singapore flag high, going above and beyond to make Singapore proud. They have made a real difference in people's lives and have earned the recognition of our international partners. Without hesitation, they have answered the call of duty at short notice, serving in foreign lands and seas in harsh conditions, far away from home and loved ones. This is our strength in action.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the second segment, showcasing our strength in action. Safeguarding our waters 24/7 is the Republic of Singapore Navy. Here comes the specialized marine craft, which is actually one of the smallest ships in the Navy. Making its debut appearance is the combatant craft medium deployed for maritime counterterrorism and maritime special operations. Deployed for counter-piracy operations overseas, such as in the Gulf of Aden, we have the Protector unmanned surface vessel. Next, the Scan Eagle UAV acquires enemy targets far over the horizon. Our frigates will then launch. Targets in the air are no match for our surface-to-air Aster missiles, while underwater, our submarines fire torpedoes to strike their targets.
Are becoming more complex. They can strike unexpectedly, threatening our loved ones and our way of life. Over the years, the SAF and Home Team have strengthened their integration to enhance readiness and provide joint security responses emergency. Whatever challenges lie ahead, we can be assured that the SCF and Home Team stand ready to respond to any security threat and that Singaporeans will rally together towards securing our Singapore.
The third segment is titled Securing Our Singapore, where we salute our security forces for keeping Singapore safe. Making a grand appearance on the motorcycles.
Emergency. Whatever challenges lie ahead, we can be assured that the SCF and Home Team stand ready to respond to any security threat and that Singaporeans will rally together towards securing our Singapore.
The third segment is titled Securing Our Singapore, where we salute our security forces for keeping Singapore safe. Making a grand appearance on the motorcycles from the Next are the Peacekeeper Protected Response Vehicles, which enhances our island defense operations. At the tail of the packet are vehicles from our CBRE engineers, capable of neutralizing any bomb threat, which are first to react to any public security incident. Look out for the police tactical vehicle, which boasts greater versatility and protection for our policemen. Rounding up this segment are vehicles from the Singapore Civil Defence Force. In the lead is the 6th generation light fire attack vehicle, also known as the Red Rhino. Following behind are the unmanned firefighting machine and a series of robots that are able to detect and fight fire autonomously. Look out for the all-new Dart amphibious vehicle, which can be used for coastal firefighting and water rescues. Supporting them are the fire medical vehicles that combine both firefighting and medical capabilities. The final vehicle is the upgraded combined platform Ladder 60, used for operations involving high-rise buildings. With its upgraded capabilities, the SCDF protects and saves lives for a safer Singapore.
National service began in 1967 amidst a period of uncertainty.
Merdeka generation servicemen who have stepped forward in the early years of Singapore's independence to lay the foundations of our key national institutions. Their unwavering commitment to defense have kept Singapore safe and secure over the years. Ladies and gentlemen, our Merdeka generation. We salute them for their dedication and service to our nation. We will continue. This is our strength, our Singapore.
My father was sent behind. In our new pajamas, we will be lighting and playing with firecrackers, and the floor will be all red.
only ate it at Christmas.
My favorite food is suji cake. Like we eat it at every celebration, birthdays, anniversaries, weddings, and even funerals. My Nana's devil's curry is the most delicious thing I've ever tasted. It's the most unique thing, and no matter how many times I try to make it, it will never taste the same.
feeling running through your bones, heart racing, rip through your soul. Start pacing, got no control. Hold on, you're not all alone. No, they will never stop me. Oh no. No, they can never do it. No, no. They can never do it.
can't write my story.
See the cracks on my knuckles while I conquer the struggle. I'm never gonna stop till my knees start to buckle. Rise from the rubble, stand tall on my own feet. For the line, I will fight.
Oh, you're so
During the war, we wake up at 4 a.m. in the morning.
Get up, go, get up, go, get up, go, get it, get up, go, get up, go, get up, go, get up, go, get it, get up, go, get up, go, get up, go, get up, go, get it, get up, go, get up, go, get up, go, get up, go, get it. See the light at the end of the tunnel. Never give up. That's my life motto. Through the obstacles, this life that I steer, moving from the
I don't see their disability, but I see their ability. And the officer that helped me during those difficult times, today we are good friends, and he's one of the
honest with the things that I just witnessed. I see the strength, I see the flame, I feel the fire, just let it rain. I feel the soul, I see the gold, I let it down, let it unfold. Stand up and see, stand up. Stand up and see, stand up.
Singapore, if you're ready to party, put your hands up in the sky, wave them left to right, let's go!
Stand up for Singapore, do the best you can. Reach out for your fellow man, you gotta make a stand. Recognize you can play your part, let it come right from your heart. Be prepared to give a little more. Left to right, let me see your hands go up in the sky. Stand up, stand up. Singapore, do it with a smile. Stand up for Singapore, find it all worthwhile. Believe in yourself, you got something to share. Show us all you really care. Stand up for
Life was tough during the 60s because what I remember was water rationing and then curfew, and I have to live in the drain.
One of my childhood memories is going to Ireland. At that time, there was a bucket system.
With the couple and we'll get together on open spaces and kick about.
Yeah, my father, he's like kampung, he's like head ketua kampung.
I mean, drinks in the canteen would like cost 5 cents and noodles are like 15 cents.
We'll finish off with Tita in the news.
Because I mean, when I was a kid, my mom would always bring me that, and you know you can shake everything you can. Singapore's like my home because of the people that's in it, because of all the friends that I've made, all the heavy workers, and everybody who's made Singapore feel like home for me.
When I was a teenager, writing songs, I wish there was a Singapore identity. You have
We are the dreams of our pioneers. We are the pioneers of the future.
Maganda yung ano natin. Location natin.
This is home, surely, as my senses tell me, this is where